I'm Perry Red. This is Socially Speaking. I just want to take a minute to share with you our commentary from the other side of the tracks. I am so utterly bitter and angry and upset and all those emotions that come with the American way of life. For black people, for black men in particular. You see, the coronavirus epidemic is being exploited by the very people who have been hating on black Americans, I guess since 1788, since the inception of this country. Here we are. I want you to understand that the vote is the most important right within the Bill of Rights of this country. Yes, freedom of speech is highly important, and the right to a jury trial is deathly important. But the right to vote, if you imagine, now no, as a matter of fact, if you look back at history in its reality and its actuality, men and women were killed over their efforts to register people to vote, and people who voted were killed because of that right. It is so very important to understand that those in this country who label themselves conservative have went through every means and method to disenfranchise others from having their stake in this American dream. This American dream is only a dream. The coronavirus epidemic makes that dream less and less of a reality. I'm bitter because right here in my city, black people are dying. Now, many are not taking it serious. I've said since the beginning in February that this thing is serious.
We have a volume of sick people like you can't believe. In one shift, I pronounced 6 people dead.
Now, it is true that I am guilty of coining it a white man's disease. The reason why is because black folks, we don't go overseas. And we don't invite folks from other countries to come over here, even though we should. But the fact is we don't have the resources that white Americans in this country have. The wealth disparity is great. And because of that wealth disparity, black people suffer more. Now, if you understand race and racism in this country, you will understand this, that Republicans, led by Donald Trump, your so-called president, are allowing the coronavirus epidemic to spread and to fester and to infect more and more Americans. Why? Not because they truly don't care, because they don't, but it's because they know that the majority of the people who are suffering from this disease are black. And those people are not going to vote Republican in mass numbers. There are some idiots who will. But they know that if they open the country for business, more people will get infected. And those more people will be black people. Because of their jobs, they cannot social distance the way whites can. Right here in my city, the city where I live, I'm an ANC commissioner, an advisory neighborhood commissioner in this city. And I have watched how people interact or don't interact in this coronavirus. And the fact of the matter is, white folks get to work from home. Many of them. Not all of them. Many of them get to work from home. And it's that way all over the country. And now we've got the Paycheck Protection Act. Ran out of money. But black folks didn't get their share anyway. I'm bitter. I'm upset. I'm angry. And I'm angry because I am one of those. One of those without a regular pay stub job. One of those who has an IRS burden. And I know that I will not get any relief. I won't be able to pay any bills. And white America does not care. We wonder why the majority of those who are dying in Chicago, in Atlanta, in Philadelphia, in Washington, D.C. are black and brown people. The reason why is because we suffer from a lack of quality health care. And in some states, like Tennessee, where I used to live, a lack of health care, period. It is angering to me to hear people who say they want a president who would run this country like a business when they ran their business in the ground, i.e. Donald Trump. Listen, the coronavirus is being exploited to disenfranchise black people in this country. That's why Wisconsin went ahead with the vote. They went ahead with their election.
Until one of the nation's most aggressive reopening measures goes into effect, Georgia is divided. Bishop Reginald Jackson says he is keeping more than 500 AME churches closed.
I can imagine if these churches were opened on this Sunday, people who have not seen each other in weeks would be hugging and embracing and unknowingly passing on this virus.
But Governor Brian Kemp says the move is crucial for an economy that's reeling. So he's allowing barbershops and salons, movie theaters, dine-in restaurants, bowling alleys and more to reopen in days.
This is a decision that was made based on the data and the science that we're seeing.
They figure if enough black folk get sick by election day, they'll win. The same thing in Georgia with their Republican governor, and Florida with their Republican governor. You got to understand that it is a war on us. I've said it for years. I've meant it for years, and I don't stutter today. Right here, I've listened to white people in this country whine, bitch, and complain that they can't go to Starbucks, they can't get their Pilates, and they can't yoga, and they can't go for their walks and walk there. People are dying. And Americans don't care about people who look like me. Now, I know that. And that's the reason why we continue to say and scream and holler and shout that Black Lives Matter. In this coronavirus, I implore you, Americans, black, white, or otherwise, that this thing is serious. This thing is so serious as of me speaking right now, in this particular commentary, 43,006 Americans have died due to the coronavirus. And that's just those that we have labeled and stamped, those who we verify. Think about this. There are many Americans walking around right now who won't be tested, who aren't tested, who can't get a test, don't have access to.
You're healthy. You will probably go through a process and you'll be fine.
And many of those are black folks. We lack resources. Right here in D.C., we were denied funds from the federal government on this stimulus relief or whatever the case may be. We were denied as Washington, D.C. because we're not a state officially, yet we have more people than 2 states in the union, and we pay taxes greater than several states in the union. We were denied over $700 million in relief funds for this particular jurisdiction. D.C. needs to focus on statehood. Yeah, I'm thinking of running for the Ward 4 council seat. I ain't feeling it right now. I'm angry at my council. I'm angry at my city. I'm angry at my country. I think that you should be better too. You see, the right to vote, again, is the most important right we have. That's why men and women were killed over it. That's the reason why people cheat in order to win elections all over this country, right here in this city. That's why money is contributed so heavily to campaigns, why they're unfair and imbalanced. It's because it's important. I want you to know the coronavirus epidemic is your enemy. Black people, you've got more enemies than just coronavirus. Your enemies are conservatives, Republicans, racists, and those who are in power, who operate like devils and authoritarians. And yes, I place them on the same scale. I want you to wake up. I want you to be committed to vote, even though they're changing the rules in the middle of the game. Is it due season for a rule change? I say no. But who in the hell listens to me anyway? You better know that this war on us is done through exploiting the coronavirus. Socially speaking, you better keep your eye on that authoritarian devil you know as your so-called president, and vote in November for a change toward equality and justice. Because if you don't, the coronavirus is going to take you out.
Red Media.